Hi Aries, welcome to your March 2018 life path reading. It's Raina here. So I had to start over again because I had laid out the cards and I read from the booklets of these for these cards because of the wealth of information. I don't want to just say only a couple of words, but I couldn't find the booklets, two of them. So I'm starting over again. And I just want to let you know that this life path reading is meant to kind of provoke some food for thought in terms of where you're going in life. It's always good from time to time to check in with yourself and see if you like the direction your life is going in. For certain people, they will hear what I'm saying and think that's absurd. Like, what do you mean check in with yourself? Because a lot of people, you may agree with me, are on autopilot, where they're just kind of like so immersed in the day-to-day grind of staying alive, keeping their children alive, and things like that, that they're not thinking about their life path. I mean, that is like almost a luxury in their minds. And yet, once you break away from that matrix thinking and get out of the matrix, you really can see how this society is designed to keep you in that trap. I felt this a really long time ago, probably when I was in my late teens. I kind of thought to myself, but if I'm involved in a typical lifestyle, this 40-hour work week, at least in the United States, it's 9 to 5. I don't know about, I think Europe is a little bit less like that, but still, even if you work 9 to 4 or 9 to 3, it's still taking up most of your time. And I remember thinking this can lead to just getting lost in all of that. And so I was always kind of wary of ever falling into that trap. And so this kind of a reading is meant to look at your life as if you do have some control over it. So I hope that you find it useful in some way. So the first card is a law of attraction card, and on the front it says practice, and the back the affirmation is, every day I practice my ability to reach my desired financial goals. And I think what this card means is consistency. And so people tend to have bad habits where they mindlessly throw away money. I think Aries people may really fall into this category because your sign is very free spending. So learning where the areas are where things are just like totally escaping, and you could regulate them. Every little bit helps. And I think that people don't realize that this is going to really show up after a certain amount of time. If you keep doing it, you're consistent with it, then it starts adding up. But if you just see it in the moment, and Aries people like to live in the moment, they think, oh, that's nothing. Oh, wow, I'm not having a latte every morning. That's only $3. And then you start to do the math and you say, well, 3 times 7 is 21. What's 21 times 4, or 4.2 for the month? And in a year, what is that going to be? And I'm talking about especially if you have certain goals that you'd like to reach. Okay. And so this is from the Sandra Ann Taylor, I like to show the backs, Oracle deck, Woman Holding a Heart. It's number 44. I've been seeing and writing. The number 44 or 444, just like 1111. So let's see what it says. Female dealing with family, love, or emotions. The woman on this card wears a butterfly in her hair and holds a lovely large heart in her hands. For a woman, this card upright could be a reflection of your own state of peaceful emotion and receptivity for love, or it might be a message that your family issues are going to resolve. You're an intuitive woman who understands the emotions of life, and you're bringing that awareness to all that you do. This card upright could also indicate the presence of a female friend, teacher, or confidant who's here to help with issues of love, family, or emotion. This is an even-tempered and caring person who resonates with you and your emotions. This could also portend a new love interest or friend coming your way. And the affirmation is, I am emotionally calm and peaceful, and I attract healthy and stable people to me. So I'm recording this on March 2nd, the day after the full moon in Virgo. And, you know, I don't know how some people felt, but it did feel like an emotional time, at least for me. So I could imagine that some people might have been dealing with family. So I'm going to do the Earth Magic deck next. The light from the heavens falls upon the children through the rays of the sun that illuminate their presence like a spotlight. The little girl reaches out to these bright beams, and these elements together portray an idyllic childhood activity for many of us who have had the privilege of exploring the natural world. The blanket of lush meadow grass embraces a small pond, one which leads to a more distant valley, one that is darker and shrouded by the very clouds that also produce this remarkable play of light. Innocence is not simply a lack of guilt or shame, but a quality in itself, one that you naturally possess when you first come into this existence. There are challenges you have faced throughout life that have further shaped your personality and character. You have also likely encountered moments following a disappointment or loss when you turned sour or cynical, and no doubt have had times when layers of anger or fear blocked the flow of your vitality, your life force. Yet in spite of all this, there is a core of innocence that you can reawaken by releasing any shame that has covered over the truth of who you are. Take any opportunity to heal this shame and let it go so you can revisit that state of purity. Doing so helps you see every moment with fresh eyes and removes the filters that inhibit your light and love from coming forth. You truly are a child of God, so allow yourself to be that. And I think I've picked this at least 2 other times, and you see, speaking of light, this light has flooded into the room. I think it's around 7 o'clock at the latest. And in any case, I think because Aries is a fire sign, there's always that being in touch with the inner child, which is the source of creativity and all of that playfulness, that spontaneity. And, you know, it's a shame that sometimes people view fire signs as immature because of this, because of the spontaneity, because of the lack of a facade and filter. Don't ever stop being that overgrown kid, because, I mean, obviously, you know, be emotionally mature, but don't ever stop displaying that just because other people have lost it. A lot of times people, when they don't have something, they condemn others who do have it. So it's just one of those paradoxes in life that people look down on those who are very enthusiastic, even acting like they're being hyper, or somehow there's something wrong with a person who shows a lot of excitement about things and who is generally very happy. That can even be irritating to some people. So it's important for Aries people also to surround themselves with positive people, because negativity can rub off and you can start to question yourself and say, is there something wrong with me because I'm like this? When there's not, you know. Okay, and the last card is Horus. I'll put this up here. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Horus is the Egyptian eagle-headed god and sun twin flame of the goddess Isis. He is known for his foresight, psychic awareness, and ability to travel between the worlds. He can help us move into the cosmos with our mind, meditations, and prayers, so that we can harness the natural magic that surrounds us. He was known for ritual magic in the past, and now he helps create pockets of energy in the world where we can access light, wisdom, and insight. If you are seeing the symbol of an eye appearing around you, know that Horus is asking you to become aware of how you are influencing the energy around you and how it in turn is influencing you. You are connected to the universe and have the ability to manifest miraculous experiences. Your thought, words, and actions are like magnets, drawing the energy that creates and cultivates your world. You have a stellar gateway chakra above your head, a vortex of energy that is influenced by your own energy. You can place ideas into this vortex to create what you are seeking. The universe also offers you guidance, abundance, support, and healing based on your capacity to connect to it and accept it. You have a real opportunity to further that connection now by sending prayers and intentions out into the cosmos. And so this is a very interesting time for Aries, because in March there's going to be a new moon, and this is falling in your 12th house in Pisces. So the 12th house, it's the last house, and yet it's a new moon. So it's the house of spirituality, like meditation, I would say. So anything that you can do to further that along in terms of being someone who is able to perhaps start a new meditation practice. Anything starting new that has to do with spirituality, or what other 12th house things would there be? It would have to be somewhere along those lines, because the 12th house, I mean, if you're talking about concrete things, it's prisons and hospitals and places where people need healing. addictions. It's a place of addictions and self-undoing. So look at the ways in which you trip yourself up and vow to engage in practices, maybe start them if you're not doing them now, that really help you to be as productive as possible, but also constructive. And that's on March 17th, and then you're going to have your solar return. For some of you, it's the end of March, so happy birthday, and the others, it's in April when you have a new moon in Aries. On the 15th of April, but I'll be covering that in a future video. So anyway, Aries, I wish you all the best in March, and take care of yourselves. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.